which means it's time for the most motivational segment in all of sports. Also a time for us to read a little bit of viewer mail, and it's been a rough week in the post office. Let's just say that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Ryan and Brian were misbehaving. Remember they sent that meme thing? And I'm also getting tired of the Cowboy Brew meme, so I decided to try to go another
Why does that make it a rough day in the post office?
Yeah.
It's a force multiplier.
Okay.
What is that? Great answer.
Dear Wildes, hope all is well. Love the show. Thank you. Have you considered expanding the Bud list to more than just 3 people? After all, Mahomes Mountain and King of the Hill is like 45 guys. Thanks, Ryan. Well, thank you, Ryan. Not really. We try to keep it at 3 because then once coach goes, he adds somebody. That's 4, 5. I put a little cap on it. So it's already 6 people. So the idea that it's just 3 people is actually just false information. So no, we just keep it at 3. Take it away, Brew.
That's it?
I told you I'm done with
I'm looking for something.
I'm done with Cowboy Brew. It's I used to do the bit, and then the bit started to take over me. I'm like prisoner of the bit.
All right, I know something's coming later.
Nothing's coming.
Number 3. I'm letting you know there's more than 3 people in here. Anthony Davis and Darvin Ham. All right, now, are they at odds? I don't know. But they better get their act together in the next few hours, right?
Yeah.
This is a must-win. Now, we all think the series is over.
Who is we all?
Even Nick.
Not Nick.
No, they're beating Denver 4 out of 5 times. Okay.
Maybe 4 straight.
Yeah, okay. But if
Denver
they have
contention.
any designs on winning this series, you obviously have to win it tonight. All right, and Anthony Davis, I'm looking at you because you have been fantastic. What is he averaging? 32 points, 12.5 rebounds, 2.5 blocks. Numbers that are rivaling Jokic's. You have been fantastic, except in the 4th quarter of game 2. You got to show up, man, period. And don't you left it to your 39-year-old teammate to have to carry the load while you sat there and pouted because Phil Handy and Darvin Ham didn't tell you what to do. You should know by now.
You kind of made that part up.
And then Darvin,
here we go.
His head is being placed, Coach, on the tee. Right now, it's being placed on the tee for when they get swept, so that somebody's going to be a scapegoat, and it's looking like it's going to be D. Ham. Yep. So, and there's rumblings around the league that they could have interest in Ty Lue.
Well,
whose
idea was that 4 years ago?
All right, at number 2, it is the Kraft family. Now, what's this picture going to look like? Oh, it's only 2 of them.
Oh, nice Super Bowl trophy.
Yeah, that must have been an old one. Anyway, the Kraft family. Look, the 2 people who are most responsible for the dynasty are not in that picture. Right, they're gone. Tom Brady, Bill Belichick. You had a great plan, I think, but we'll see, to replace Belichick. You had a plan at least. We got our coach in place, Gerard Mayo. Didn't seem like you had a plan for the front office, so it's kind of piecemeal right now. And there's talk that Jonathan Kraft, coach, it might be running the draft. I mean, what his qualifications are what? A Latin last name, that's about it. So, look, you got to get it right. You said you want a quarterback. Obviously, you get the right quarterback, then happy days are here again. But you better get it right because New England fans are upset. They're upset because the Dynasty documentary, right? Kevin Wildes is upset. They're upset. The Dynasty documentary made Kraft kind of look bad. He tried to make Belichick look bad. It kind of made Kraft look bad because he was clearly going as coach. And then the Arthur Blank conversations where you just call him up, hey, don't trust him, don't trust him, don't hire him, don't trust him. So you got to get this right. Kraft family. I'm not sure I believe in him or not, but good luck. All right, at number 1, Caleb Williams. It's going to be his night. This is the night. He's probably been looking forward to this night since he was, 8, 9 years old? I mean, this is great, all right? But Caleb, for too many guys, this is the best night of their career. When I look across the sports, NBA, NFL, a lot of times this is the best night of their career. Being drafted number 1, winning the Heisman, that means nothing. All right, we got a ton. We have a long list of failures at number 1 or former Heisman Trophy winners. So don't rest on your laurels. I want to give you a little advice. You're going to a good situation. You got weapons around you. The bar is low too. I think, because they've never had a 4,000-yard passer. Sid Luckman, he retired 1950, 1960, one of those. He's the last great quarterback they had. So the bar is low, but I want you to be confident yet humble. A lot of people can't walk that fine line between being confident and yet humble. And look, I'm fine. Coach is steaming over your Tom Brady, I'm chasing number 12 comments. I'm fine with it. Just don't say it a lot.
Okay.
All right?
Sure.
I mean, maybe don't say it maybe until you win your first or maybe second Super Bowl. Then you can start talking about chasing number 12. But otherwise, I do believe in you, Caleb. Hope you have a great night tonight and a great career.
Great Bud List.
Great Bud List. And yeah, you're right. Caleb put himself on like the triple Bud List. He's on like Bud List, like secret double probation, saying that he's chasing Tom Brady. He needs to worry about chasing Patrick Mahomes first. Then we'll get to Brady.
Another good take.
But I'm going to add another. I think the Bears are on the hot seat, but the other team that's on the hot seat in the top 10 is the New York Jets, and it's Joe Douglas and Robert Saleh.
There's a lot of people on this Bud List.
And here's the situation. They've got the absolute mandate that they have to win. Yeah. They've got a 40-year-old quarterback. They've got to find them weapons. They missed on the other quarterback. They finally found someone to take them off their hands, which is shocking. And when you look at the O-line situation, Joe Douglas in his introductory press conference said, hey, we're going to get this fixed. And you know what it's been? 29 offensive linemen have come through. 6 draft picks, 2 in the first round, 1 in the second round, and then 23 free agents where they spent close to between $175 and $200 million to fix the offensive line. And here we are. So you better get this right, and you better get a weapon for your quarterback, and you better make the 40-year-old quarterback work, because look, you've gotten a grace year, and I wish I knew the secret sauce that you used to get that, but you got
Injury.
it. So you better make it work.
Now, Coach, do you think like their offensive line right now? I mean, I think they're going to draft some later in the draft if they go with Bowers. But do you think like that's not enough? They need to go ahead and get a top tier offensive lineman in the first or second round?
I think they've been using the like throw mud against the wall and some of it's got to stick philosophy.
I mean, like you said, they brought in a ton of people and it hadn't worked, so maybe they shouldn't draft one.
29.
Yeah. I mean, maybe they don't know what they're doing with it.
Maybe we leave that alone with the group we have.
Just get some skill
Let's go get some dudes that can catch the ball and make plays.
This is going to be a record-breaking Bud List because of the number of people that are going to end up on it. Yeah. What's 53 times 15?
Nobody knows.
795. I'm adding 795 people to the Bud List.
I didn't know we were getting a math quiz.
It is the entire AFC other than the Kansas City Chiefs, because you guys see what's going on in this draft, the mock drafts, the draft talk. It almost seems like the whole AFC is pressed. Like, well, there's going to be record-setting. Could be 6 quarterbacks taking this draft. Why? Well, Denver's got to get a quarterback, and the Raiders might trade up to get a quarterback in the first round. In fact, they both need to. What are the Patriots going to do at 3? Well, they should take a quarterback, but they really need to build everything else. But why? Why is all this happening? Oh, because everyone is trying to chase Mahomes. They can't be satisfied with mediocre at quarterback or good enough, because they know just to get invited to the Arrowhead Invitational, they're going to have great at quarterback. What about the teams who have been to the Arrowhead Invitational? How's it going for them? Well, Cincinnati took their shot, went all in on last season, and now both of their THs are quite angry with them, Trey Hendrickson and T. Higgins, because they don't have the money for him. I know it's odd how that worked out, the little initials thing. The Buffalo Bills thought they were having their moment. They, of course, didn't, because they were pressed by the Chiefs. Now Stephon Diggs is out. Now we approach a draft where the whole world knows they have to go wide receiver. The only teams that aren't pressed in the AFC, well, the Chargers fired their coach. The Chargers, what are they going to do? Kevin Wildes wants them to trade Justin Herbert because he doesn't think he's good enough. They don't even have a top 10 quarterback. The only teams that aren't pressed are the young ones, like Houston, because they have not yet gotten really in the arena with Kansas City. So today is the day where all these teams for at least a few hours will have hope that now we've done it, now we'll be able to compete, now we're building the team when we know what the real answer is. So all 15 AFC teams not named Kansas City are
Baltimore doesn't seem that fresh.
Really? They lost their defensive coordinator don't matter, coach. They lost him.
Run.
I've got a question on the Bud list because we only have a few short seconds because the Bud list was way too long. I'm putting the Giants on the Bud list, and my question is from our friend Bill Barnwell, coach, and you can answer this one. The Giants giving Daniel Jones $81 million guaranteed and drafting his successor 13 months later is both nuts and the right thing to do? Question mark. Now, I kind of like Daniel Jones, I guess, because I was hanging out with Greg Jennings too much. Is he a top 10 QB? No, but do I think he's gotten a totally fair shot with the weapons that they've got? And the
is he better than Herbert?
He's got a playoff win.
Is he better than Justin Herbert?
Yeah, but that Vikings defense. So, Coach, what do you want to do with what should the Giants do? Get weapons or get rid of Daniel Jones?
I would, at this point, with what they've spent, I think you go and get weapons. You try to get better as a team as opposed to, I mean, there's a group of quarterbacks that seem like you don't know whether they're going to hit or not hit. Unless you absolutely believe this guy that you're bringing in is better, then go make the rest of the team better. Trade back, get some depth.
Oh, trade back.
Yeah, trade back, get more depth.
They could be the team that trades with the Vikings.
They have more than one hole to fill in New York, and so focus on that.
Coming up next, it's the story that Nick wanted us to do for 3 weeks.
That's a good one.
Finally,
Thank you.
We jammed it in the F block.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.